Good evening. It's evening here anyway. We're on the Elliott Highway, about 20-25 miles from the Hall Road, and it's hovering around 50 degrees outside, so everything is a muddy, sloppy mess. Now, earlier this morning, or earlier today I should say, they were having to chain up at the 1 mile marker on the Hall Road, or 1 mile hill as they call it. But I don't see that being the case now. Well, I got 47 degrees right now. It's been hovering between 45 and 50. I would imagine whatever ice was on there has melted. Now this will all freeze up tonight. And this will turn into an icy mess here. But for right now, it's just wet. And here comes another truck. He's not going to give me much room. Now there he goes. Get over a little bit. You don't want to go off in that ditch right there. I'll be using a lot of washer fluid this trip. Traction control. This mud is as bad as ice sometimes. That's why a lot of guys don't want to run up here in the summertime, because once all this starts to thaw, it just becomes a mess. Just a sloppy mess. Can't make any good time. It gets really bumpy and rough. You know, when it's frozen, it's pretty smooth. And this is the better part of it. This is still the Elliott Highway. You get up here on the Dalton, on the Hall Road, it'll really be bad. Dealt with this kind of stuff driving in the oil field. We were on dirt roads all day. Or most of the day. Of course, when those roads got muddy, they were almost impassable. So let's get around that. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. Watch that show Outback Truckers. Those guys in Australia running, you know, dirt roads on the Outback. But I tell you what, they'd have a time on this road. But I'd really rather run it now than later on when it turns into ice. I mean, I'd rather run it in January when it's like minus 40 and the road is solid. But this time of year, I'd rather run it right now than run it tonight when it gets below freezing. We're going to get to Coldfoot, which is, let's see, under 200 miles from here. That's what I'll shut down. Hopefully I make it to Coldfoot. why we have to wash the trucks and trailers every time we come back. I'll have to go through all this on the way back Thursday night. Really hoping that 1 Mile Hill and 5 Mile Hill and all the rest of them are in decent shape. I really don't feel like getting out in the mud and having to chain up. But I'm thinking they got to be thawed out by now. It's 32 in Coldfoot. So even in Coldfoot it's at or above freezing. And that was about an hour ago. I don't have a signal now, so I don't know what it is in Coldfoot. An hour ago it was 32. The sun's still out. It's probably 33, 34. So got some four-wheelers. This guy, come on, man, give me some room. Where are all you guys coming from? It's all these snowmobile guys. Truck's got the right of way. Give me some room. Oh, crap. That was a big hole. Damn tourists will start coming up here too pretty soon. Outside, that sun coming right through. It's not even bad up in Prudhoe Bay right now. It's like 15 degrees. Sunday. Today's Tuesday. We had a guy that left Sunday who came through here and said they'd gotten some snow, but that's melted off. I don't care about snow. Snow is nice if it's like, 0 or 10 below or something, 20 below. It's just powder. You get good traction. gotta. Sorry, my camera mount falling. Oh man, this is bad. Crap. I'm locking my axles, man. Go ahead and lock them in. That's so thick right there. I didn't want to lock it in when I was spinning. And we're starting to get the corrugations, the washboard. See it starting. Looks like everybody's been coming through this way. Boy, that sun is bright. I'm not complaining about it. Not one bit. Just saying. See, we're up to 50 degrees again. I seriously doubt 1 mile is going to be slick. Maybe muddy. I could be wrong. There could be some shady spots where it's slick. Damn it. There comes a damn four-wheeler. You hardly see them in the winter. Boy, as soon as it starts to warm up a little bit, here they are. They're going to stop for me. Probably want to minimize the splatter when I go by. this snow melting and running across the road, that'll turn into a sheet of ice tonight. That's why guys hate springtime up here. Between the mud and that snow melting off and running across the road and turning into ice later on. They'd rather run this in the dead of winter than run it this time of year. That and work slows down up in Prudhoe because the ice roads start closing down, and the rigs that are on the ice pads, they start moving them out. So a lot of guys just leave for the summer. Right now, I don't have a lot. I only have 3 pallets. Well, I've got 5 now. Pallets in the freezer section in the back. I got a dual temperature reefer, and in the front is chilled. I don't know what I got in there. I don't have a lot. I didn't count it up, but I don't have a lot. I know that. Oh crap. Get out of the road, man. As the permafrost softens. Almost to the haul road. Dalton Highway, the James Dalton Highway. Dang, there's a lot of four-wheelers on the road today. Actually, that's a state trooper, I think. Don't see too many of them up here. Everyone, I mean, you'll see one here and there, but not very often. Live in Good Creek. Going back to dirt. Slow down. Not a bad transition. Unlocking in my axles again. Stay over here around this curve. I don't know what's coming around this curve. There's some bad ruts right here. This is what's really bad. The haul roads like this too. You get areas that have a little bit of pavement, broken up pavement, and then dirt. And then broken up pavement and then dirt. Which makes it worse. Almost to 1 Mile Hill. Almost to the haul road. There's the livelihood turn off. Pavement again for a minute. Just gonna leave my axles locked in because we'll be back on dirt here in a minute. Got 50 degrees right here. So we'll see slick. It may be muddy and boggy from the mud. I don't think it's going to be slick from ice. Like I said, you do get areas where the trees hang over, where it doesn't get any sun, and it takes a while before that thaws. Northbound, coming up 1 mile. Here's the James Dalton Highway, aka the Hall Road. Bam! 416 miles of dead horse. 16 miles of the roughest, most dangerous road in North America. Well, roughest in the summer. Yeah, it's just wet up here. I mean, you can't slip in this mud. I was hauling frac sand in North Dakota. We would chain up in the mud. You know, if it was too muddy, you'd have to chain up sometime. I called out I was pulling this hill. My CB is not the greatest in the world either. Stay away from that ditch. Damn it! Here comes another one. Damn! Running right on the edge of this ditch. Damn! Where the hell are all these guys coming from? This is ridiculous. That's the last one. Not a peep out of those guys. Nothing. Not an old driver was sorry. We didn't realize you were pulling the hill. We should have waited. Nothing. Better to go ahead and meet him there than down here where I'd had to have waited on him, because I'd have waited on him. Don't see anybody coming down the hill. And no one is called, so you can only get any speed up on it. past this one, I get past 12 Mile, and if I get past Beaver Slide, I'm okay after that. You got Gobbler's Knob, but Gobbler's Knob doesn't usually give me any trouble, or hasn't been. Beaver Slide's been my nemesis lately. That's a hill, Beaver Slide. But more so going south than going north. You got Sand Hill, roller coaster. This first part of the haul road is just up and down, up and down. Doesn't really flatten out much for a while. Hoping we don't meet any more traffic for a while. I really don't want to slide off into a muddy ditch. That shoulder's pretty soft now that the road's thawed out. Let's see what's coming over. If anything, always take it easy before you go down the hill in case somebody's trying to pull it. There's somebody's way down there. He's coming down the other hill though. But we'll probably wait on, well, we'll probably catch him on the flat spot, so we'll be alright. Or I'll slow down for him while he's coming up this end. I think we'll meet down here where it's relatively flat, so. Always go slow enough to where you can stop if you have to. You never know what's going on around this corner. There could be some guy who went sideways and he stopped. You know, you just don't know. So you don't go flying around these corners, especially going north, because you're loaded going north. A lot of guys, including me, are usually empty going south. I may have some empty pallets back there and bring them back, but for the most part, I'm empty. Always go slow enough where you can stop if you have to. Should be meeting up with this guy here pretty soon. You got a few jerks on this road that'll go flying everywhere, slinging rocks. That's nothing. You don't want to sling rocks on everybody anyway. That's why we always slow down when we meet up with each other. Almost at the flat spot. He's going to get a run for the hill, so slow down for him a little bit. Now, see, I came real close right there to going over. I felt it real close. I'd have went out down in that ravine right there. That'd have been it. I mean, it wouldn't have killed me, but we'd have to get a tow truck out here to pull me up out of it. Doesn't take much. That's why a lot of guys go in a ditch up here. Don't care how experienced you are. It's not if you're going to go in a ditch, it's when. And I've done it, and I don't want to do it again. Some weight on my drives, so I don't have a real heavy load, but I am loaded, I am heavy in the nose, plus I'm pulling a reefer, so I got that extra weight. not going all the way to Dead Horse tonight. I'm going to stop at Coldfoot, which is 175 miles from the foot of the haul road. Got about 170 miles. One of our drivers isn't too far behind me, from my understanding. Oh, somebody lost a jug. I thought that was a giant hook at first. On the side of the road. Damn it. Crap. 30 mile an hour, and that's too fast. It's a little good spot. If it got louder, that's because I rolled this window down a little more. It's hot, man. This sun is beating down on me, and I got my flannel shirt, my thermal shirt under that. I'm dressed more for Prudhoe Bay. Time to quit wearing the thermal shirt. I'll stop up here at the 41. May go ahead and take this top shirt off. going to last. It's getting sloppy again already. Oh, this will freeze up tonight. Now, it's not quite as bad on dirt as it is on pavement, but still. Hey, take it easy when you come up to the top. In case somebody's trying to pull the hill. You got guys trying to pull the hill, you want to wait on them. Or, like I said, somebody may be sideways down there. Don't see anyone. And if you can't see them because of the curve, then at the very least, do run up on somebody pulling the hill, slow down, or even come to a stop for them. All right. I'll pick up somebody. Of them. And they got plenty of dry road over there on their side. That doesn't mean anything. Some of these guys like to take their side of the road and some of yours too. I don't know if you saw that, there's a crack back there. See, this road will start to crack. It'll collapse underneath you. You get too close to the edge. Here comes a four-wheeler with his snow machine. A lady. I think that was a lady. Either way, I don't discriminate. A four-wheeler is a four-wheeler. Some of these guys running company pickups, some of the state guys, some of the guys who do security for the Alaska pipeline or they're working on it, they got radios in their pickups. They know the rules of the road. You know, they know the do's and don'ts on the haul road. You don't have to worry about those guys. It's the tourists and the other people who have no clue what they're doing up here. Those are the ones you got to worry about. Anyway, this video is already 40-something minutes long, so I'll go ahead and end it. Hopefully I have no problems. This is the worst it gets. There's a big hole right there. Wow. You know, I'm hoping Beaver Slide and Sand Hill and Roller Coaster and all them are just wet. And, you know, they're wet and nasty, but they're just wet. Let's hope. So I'll go ahead and end this now, and thanks for watching, and give it a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.